Alrighty then, I think the string has started to move. Maybe, possibly. There it goes. Okay. Okie dokie. So, I have moved my quarry mining operation to the nether. I spent a few hours this morning trying to figure out why it wasn't working the other. Um, Turns out the other is actually supposed to be an adventure map area and not mineable by the builder. So everything looked good on the builder's side, but it wasn't pulling any blocks or doing anything, and I kept flying around to the different corners of the build area to try to figure out where it was. But now it is working here in the nether, and I have verified that. Come up here and see where it's just eating away at chunks. Okay. So, very good. It's working. As you can see, I built a second one. So I have one that's clearing the area of fluids, and the other one that is clearing it of blocks. Okay, good. That's configured correctly. And also, as you can see, we're struggling. It's just not happy right now. Okay, so as you can see, the power is not really keeping up. That's kind of normal, really. But everything's working. Um, yeah, so I surrounded it with a mage block structure to help protect it. I'm not sure how well it would mage blocks fare against gas fireballs, but I figured it's probably better than nothing, and it's fairly cheap and easy to throw up. And since we're not really doing anything with the other, I picked up the mining thing. No reason to just have it just sitting out there for no reason. Now, the back home here, I started experimenting with the build a little bit to try to figure out how it was going to look. And I gotta say, this looks kind of terrible. The red nether bricks probably better as a kind of an aesthetic than a main building material, maybe? I have no idea. Probably also gonna regret just making this wall like 1 block wide. But, whatever. And I'm gonna have these, blocks that only players can move through in kind of the doorways. In case a mob kind of spawns, I can just simply run through it and get away from them. Also, it does kind of help denote the boundaries of rooms a little bit. Kind of like how a door would, but anyway. So I moved the quartz crystal grower thingies here. It's ready to harvest. Because I have a growth accelerator here, which, as you can already see, is really doing a good job. Grab my throat. Okay. And, well, I needed quite a few of them, and kind of still do need quite a few of them. That's why I set this up. I tried making an amethyst golem, to try to see if I can get them to harvest it, but they don't seem to acknowledge these things, which isn't really too surprising. I wasn't really expecting it to work, but I figured it was worth trying at least. So you can see we now have 4 full servers, and they're all just 4K cards. I've not upgraded to 16K cards because, as it turns out, I need more space for different types than actual space for I guess numbers. Uh, so you can see this is working pretty well. Um, Now this thing wasn't actually keeping up. The compression system wasn't keeping up, so I threw in a second one. Let's see. Can I get it to show me? Okay, yeah. Nope, so that's the first one. I threw in a second one that handles larger numbers. Um, so I believe that translates into like 6 blocks worth of items. So that way, when something's like really building up, it can just pull it in bulk and compress it all at once. And that's pretty much solved my issue. I originally actually had that set to just go every tick, but it actually was getting used so infrequently that there's was no reason for it. Like you can kind of see these little green lines; those actually correspond to the position here. So this one on the left is actually this one here, which is the one that only pulls 9 items. The one in the middle is the one that pulls 54 items, I believe it was. And the one on the left is the return. All right, the one on the right is the return. And as you can see, the one that pulls 9 items is getting used far more frequently than the one that pulls 54 items. So having that at a high tick rate is kind of unnecessary. Oh, gotta throw this in here. All right, this is 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3 here. That startled me. Means that we're getting things converted into dust. What are you cooking up over here? Aluminum, tin. Okay, interesting. System's working as it should. And even though we don't have enough power to run the quarry, it kind of looks like these machines are still getting sufficient power, which is good. Over here, I added a second row for more of these processed metals and things like that. I have platinum up here. And I've put in this walkway here, which is pretty great because it doesn't really block my view whether I'm under it or on top of it. And it allows me to easily reach things, which is good. It's all around what I would need from a walkway like this. Though maybe it might not be a bad idea to put it like 1 block higher. That might make more sense than where it currently is. But that's something for another time. Oh, this is ready for harvesting again. So, kind of what I want to get into now is I want to get into automation. Oh, yeah. I also built a third builder here so I could quickly build up these walls and things like that. I didn't place any of these blocks by hand. I just used the builder. Oh, also I did see build that there is like a building tool here. That's probably like worth looking into. Like that'd probably be a pretty good idea for me to look into. Um, yeah. So anyway, automation. Actually, you know what? Kind of realizing I need to kind of build out like a large area here for the automation because kind of think of putting it like right here-ish. And like, I could just use the builder up there, but you know, let's go ahead and make this real quick. Why not? Metal press. Really, guys? Oh no! They figured out how to get over. Yeah, that's right. You can't do squat. Fact. Okay, apparently I can't do squat either. Uh, what's I doing? All right, builder. Builder. So I am going to need some diamond. Okay, diamond block. Where's my iron? Here it is. Okay, I did not expect that. Grab the right one. There we go. Okay. Okay, I need that. Do I happen to have any redstone just on me? Does not look like I do. In fact, I can just throw some stuff in here. Need throat issues. Okay. Uh, throw that in there. That in there. Throw that in there. Gonna have to expand that soon. It's almost completely full. Right. What was I looking for? I need redstone. Uh, okay. Oh, I need one of these. Let's have a look at this gadget here. Uh, what? Oh, that's to select the material. Interesting. Okay, well, uh, I need wood then. Let me see. That's not what I wanted. Uh, I may have thrown all of my wood into the system. If I just teleport home, would they despawn? Yes, that in fact despawned them. Though we now have this zombie here. And I'm not sure where he came from. Okay, so, is that in there? Don't really need that either. Now, for my wood. Wood. In all caps. Apparently I don't have wood. What? Do I really not have wood? I hear feet shuffling, but no other sounds. That usually means creeper. Log. Now, this thing does not actually have access to that storage thing yet, so these blocks are just what's in the thing. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. That's a good amount of wood. Uh, yeah, it's just so much wood. Okay. I'm just gonna toss this quartz in here to get it out of my way. Oop, oop, I almost forgot. I almost forgot. I need to actually. Where's my spell book? There it is. This. Why do you have pickup turned on? You shouldn't have pickup turned on. How much did I actually get? Alright, well, that's probably plenty for now. Where's my build thing? There it is. Okay, so let's see here. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Interesting. Okay, so oop, oop, oop. Let's get some of this. Just trying to figure out how to change the color of my mage blocks. Earlier, why is that a spell? Why isn't it Silk Touch? Oh no, that is it. Okay, okay, okay. I just saw that and thought it was my chop spell. Probably should have finished breaking it before I dove down here to pick up the drops. Might have been the smart thing. Because now we gotta slowly just gonna fly up here. Now I gotta go back down to make sure I got all the drops. Looks like it did. Okay. I should probably consider upgrading my backpack soon. But I'll probably want to set up set it up so that's automated so I don't have to make all the parts myself. Okay, you can stop flying up now. There we go. Uh, right there. Sure. Okay, so How far out do I actually want to go here? This is way nicer than doing this by hand. Now I'm out of planks. Oop, not that one. Bad things happen when I really hate it when that happens. Okay, whatever. Right, can't be holding shift while doing that. So that selects block type, which is not really what I want to do. This is definitely much better than the builder's wand. Oop, and now I need to make some more. All right, and I come over here and kind of. Is that where the wall is? That is indeed where it is. Okay. There we go. Kind of denote the difference between these two areas. Okay. So, need a couple of things for this. Actually, wait, but I'm gonna build this out. Just to have this extended all the way to the wall here because I think I'm gonna want to use this space. Unless, of course, I run out of logs. Okay, I've got more here. I got more logs. More logs. Lots more logs. Okay, cool, 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 cool. We are good on logs. I don't know why he does that sometimes. Oh, that's the... Wait, what? Ooh. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna set up the crafting systems and the crafters. It's probably getting dark now. Should probably fill this up with some mage lights. Hopefully that'll be good enough. probably move the bed over here so I can go do that. But, well, actually, we need to make things first. Which one's there? There it is. Okay. So an interesting thing to note about the crafting blocks here. Where is it? There we go. So the crafting storage blocks made with a crafting unit and some sort of storage component. But at least last time I used this, there was no way to reverse this. So if you used a 1K storage component inside of a crafting storage block here, when you wanted to upgrade this block, you just had to throw the block away, essentially. Like, all those resources used on it just kind of went to waste. So it kind of forces you to just kind of go for the biggest possible one and just use that exclusively. And I have already gone through and made one in anticipation of building a crafting unit. Where is my bag? There it's there, so it's not on me. I could throw that arrow in there too. Okay. Okie dokie. I had a thought in my head and then it disappeared. So we're going to need to build a few things here. Obviously, we're going to need to make some crafting units. Co-crafting processors still kind of confuse me. Let me see. Seeing something in the book. Where's the book? There's the book. An interesting thing to note is the book here. It pauses the game when you're in this. So if you're like sitting here, waiting for the inscriber to finish making things, and to kill some time, you decide to read through the book thing, and you spend like an hour in here, and then you remember, oh yeah, I was crafting things, and close it and look at it. It'll be exactly where you left off, which is one thing I discovered. That exact scenario happened to me. Okay, so yeah, so it's just co-crafting processors. There's no like primary processing unit, which is kind of interesting. If I remember correctly, the crafting units. Oh, it says it here. Crafting units simply fill out space in the CPU in order to make a solid rectangular prism, because it has to be a solid rectangle. Or, yeah, a solid, yeah, rectangle. I'm not, the usage of prism there confuses me, but sure. It needs to be a solid box. So you can use these to kind of fill out the space a bit. Yeah, I had a thought and then it just disappeared for me. That happens a lot. So we're going to need to build a few things here. We're going to need to build a crafting monitor would probably be a good idea. That's actually not too difficult. I think I have those light panels in the storage over here. Just grab those. Light. They are, in fact, not. Okay. They're either on my person or in one of the chests back there. Either is fine as long as I find them. Uh, oh, I think the scroll bar makes it not work for that because, like, no, they all have scroll bars there. Yeah, you see, like, this one doesn't have a scroll bar, so it works. Okay, there's my, like, panels. Okay, okay, so that's not too difficult then. Let's see here. So the crafting monitor is crafting unit and that. Co-crafting processor is one of these. Okay, so we basically just need to make 3 of these at the very least, which is going to require 6 calculation processors and 3 logic processors. We have stuff here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so just need calculation logic. We'll start off with the calculation because that will give me a moment to go grab some silicone. Silicone. Oh, I need to make some more silicon. Alright, well, there's a fairly simple way to make silicon. Alright, so if I turn this off and this on, actually, does this pick up silicon? It does not, so that doesn't matter at all. Okay. But wait, I can turn this on, and that'll pick up my sand. I can't help to notice that it's not picking. There we go. Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Because things overriding how that's working. That's why that's happening like that. Okay. That works. And now if I just come over here. Where is that? There it is. You have deposit? Yes. Right, because of the filter. It's filtering the input. How do I fix this? I think I just need to turn off that. Do that. There we go. Now we'll just turn all that sand into silicon. Okay. I need to get on the other side here. Okay, so logic. One silicon wafer still existing from previous ventures. Just realizing I'm gonna need redstone. Alright, so what else do I need while that is working? I need flux cables, which is going to require that. Okay, you know, I built this specifically for that. Oh, okay, that. And I think I actually have like 15 charged ones already. Do one quartz thing. Do I have more quartz than that? Not here. Okay, I need to go grab some more. Uh, Wait a minute. Well, I think the reason why I want this is for flux cable, I think. Is this used for that? No, it's not used at all for that. Where's the processor? Coprocessor. Okay, no. Do you need... Well, you need flux dust. You also need flux dust, so... Not sure. I'm gonna wait until I actually need that before I start doing that. I'm gonna need a fair amount of iron. And where's my cables at? Where's my cables? Cables. I have 6 cables. That gonna be enough? That is going to be enough for those 3. Okay. Alright. Now the crafting monitor. It's gonna be one of these. So I need another calculation processor. Just gonna require calculation. None of my sticks. I could just swear I had some sticks on me. Oh, whatever. I could just grab this. That. That. Perfect. Throw that into there. Crafting monitor. Nice. Okay. Uh, throw this in here. Boom. Biggest possible crafting storage. Without. Well, usually there's another mod that adds like absurdly large storage units, but that doesn't appear to be here. Which is unfortunate, but whatever. Crafting, we need an engineering processor. Engineering processor is diamond, right? Yes, that is diamond. Okay. Have to have a diamond there. Oh, it's done. I don't know why I didn't process that was done. I saw it finish, but it didn't click in my head that it was done. That there, and that there. Alright, cool. Now I just need cable. So, what does it take to make cable? That and that gets us 4. So, okay. So, if I essentially grind up this. Did I have pickup on? Okay, no, I did actually successfully grind it all. Okay, and then I can do this. I need more glass. Glass and that. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Okay, so now if I do that, need 2 groups of 63, which means I need even more quartz than I initially thought. Okay, leave one there, one there. Right, that means I'm also going to need another stack of this. Actually, I'll move this charged one, just kind of keep them together. Oops. It's got plenty of power. Just slow, I guess. Sometimes it seems like it's instantaneous. I throw things in here. I can do one batch. No reason to just sit there and stare at it. Turn off the magnet. Stupid zombies. Oop. Alright, well, he's not an issue anymore. This, and this. Oh, I didn't realize that would give me two. Okay, okay. Well, whatever. Oh, no. Forgot I don't have the other stuff there. Okay, okay. I don't actually need to run this again. So I'm just gonna... We're just gonna go with this. This here, this here, this here gets us this. That is a lot of cable. Good stuff. How much wool have I got? Excuse me. Ugh. I don't know what is with my system today. Flanks, I think it's called, maybe. No, what is it? Imp. There it is. Okay, so yeah, yep, yep, okay. Perfect. And then I can just do that and get covered cable. Nice, nice, nice. That means I'm going to need to start growing hemp again. If this is going to be my primary source of string. Oh, I should probably also get another ender chest. Ender chest. That shouldn't be too difficult. Need to get a ender pearl though. One thing I did notice that really makes that easier is Endermen seem to like congregating underneath my base here. I do that, this. You can kind of see there's already just a bunch of Endermen here for no reason. And there's a couple kind of on their own. Oh, I take that back. There's a freaking zombie there. God damn it. Uh, Are you occupied? You are not. Alright. And then I'll just deal with you later. Perfect. And put that down there for a moment. Okay. Well, what I was originally going to do was take that off my hotbar. Okay. Everything seems to be all right. Got plenty of ender pearls. I really need to look into upgrading my jetpack. Have a good fall. All right. So, yeah. What do I need for ender chests? I need blaze rod, obsidian, blaze rod. My obsidian is back at the house, or the old house. Trying to fly while having a coughing fit at the same time is just wonderful. All right. So, a little bit of brain fart. What was I doing? Obsidian. That's right. That's right. This way. That should be sufficient number of obsidian. Okay, so right, I used all my wool. Okay, had forgotten about that. Toss that in there as well. So I need to go get some more hemp. That's not it. Hemp. Apparently, farting is now disabled. Oop, right. Okay, and now I should be able to make them. Chests. I need chests. I believe I have a couple in here. Somewhere, maybe. I could scroll down. There's one. All right, well, that shouldn't be an issue. Just make one. Perfect. Oops, I didn't mean to throw the silicon back in there. But that's fine, that is fine. Okay, toss this here. Is that there? Uh, Perfect. Okay. Okie dokie. Probably should give it a few moments to catch up. Or finish that up later. Probably be better. I was not expecting it to struggle that much. Has it, like, removed any of that at all? Now, this does not bode well for my plans here. Oh, it got some. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, so it is actually getting some. Oh, that reminds me. The bug that lets you use a hoe infinitely in like one of these harvesting pylon things, the silent gear thing, also actually works in these block breakers. I changed this to a silent gear pickaxe, and it's been running just fine with one durability. Which is alright. Should I plant that or? No, I'll keep the other one as Inferium. Okay, so now a really interesting thing about these covered cables is to make a smart covered cable, redstone and glowstone is required. But you'll also notice there's this recipe for dense cable here, which is just 4 of these. And if you click on that, you'll see that to turn a dense one into a smart one is also just 1 glowstone and 1 redstone. And you can then take that and convert it back into 4 smart cables. So this is like almost a storage block for that. I don't think you could do that before. Before it was kind of just a one-way conversion, and you had to make them into smart cables before you could make them into dense smart cables, if I recall. But that is apparently not the case anymore. Which kind of neat. It means that you can carry around a lot more cables than you could before. You just need the wool to cover them with. That's not enough hemp. String. That's not enough string. Well, perhaps we won't be getting too crazy into this then, because apparently I don't have enough uh, stuff for everything that I had intended. But you know, that's fine. We can kind of get started here. Let's see. This should be 4, right? So I don't know how big my crafting cubes are gonna get. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go ahead and break this, and we'll just use this regular glass cable for now. It won't really hurt anything to do that. Where are my things here? There they are. Okay. So if I plunk this down here, if I throw this kind of here-ish, and then I take the coprocessor, throw this here. Device is on offline. That makes sense. What the? I thought he was up, not down. Self-solving problem. I can live with that. All right, so now each side of the ME controller can actually handle up to like 32 channels. You just have to plug in a dense cable to it. But since we're not doing that, just that. Okay, and if I click this, it shows me that it's not making anything, which is good because it really shouldn't be making anything the moment I build it. Okay, so first things we're kind of want to automate are things that would yeah. Okay, as I was saying, the first things that we're going to want to automate are things that will make more uh, applied energistic stuff. So we want to automate the stuff that automates things. I'm just kind of realizing that we need a few things here. We need a crafting thing here. Okay, so formation core both require logic processors, it looks like. Okay, okay. Uh, Actually, I just realized I have a question. So in the thing, it showed. Oh, what? That's neat. Okay, that's horrifying. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to look into. Machines here. I want the inscriber press because it seemed to suggest that you could just completely automate the inscriber press now with a single pattern provider. Maybe I'll say it here. And apparently the pattern provider does have a slot to input things into the network, which is kind of neat. Some kind of machine. Like how it's just something with a sign on says some kind of machine. I'm not seeing anything there. Where's the inscriber press? Is this in alphabetical order? It is not. Inscriber press. Inscriber, here we are. I guess it's just called an inscriber now. It's not an inscriber press. Wait, hold it. While name press can be used to name similar. Okay. Not quite what I'm looking into. Okay, cool. It's nice they go over the details of that. So it looks like you can actually input and output things on the front. You used to not be able to do that. You can only do it through like the sides. Simple automation. Oh, yes, well. Interesting. Like, if we go to, is this it? Getting started, maybe? Yeah, here it is. So, no, this wasn't it that showed it. No, this is what showed it. Like, look at this. What the hell's going on here? Okay, so if we examine this thing here, it looks like it can put things into the side here. We've got a storage bus, an import bus, so whatever it is, it's sucking items out the top. Okay, that might actually be to pull things back out. I don't know. This is rather interesting to me. I have no idea what's going on here, and I was hoping the thing might elaborate, but it does not. So, obviously, the green and the blue are completely different networks with power flowing between them with the quartz fiber. So this little network only has the ME storage bus and the import bus. Though I don't know if you can use that without a ME controller. Like, if this is only providing power, then that probably should not actually like work. It should need like a controller, maybe. I have no idea. My guess is that this is somehow able to put things in all three slots, and if it's a press thing, then this import bus would be able to suck out the template or whatever the thing's called, and use the storage bus to put it back in the pattern provider. But that would require this to somehow know that the recipe was done here, which I don't really see a way for that to do that. And it would also require this can actually input to all three slots. And also, this works without an ME controller. Like, I'm pretty sure this arrangement cannot use this ME controller here. Unless the quartz fiber cable actually does provide it with channels. I don't know. I'm not really sure how subnetworks work. Maybe there's a thing that explains subnetworks here. Subnetworks right there. Boom. Okay, well, it does show that there are indeed subnetworks here. Interesting. Okay, so subnetwork is a rather loosely defined term, but it may say that a subnetwork is any network that supports your main network or does a small task, or does some small task. They're typically small enough to not require controllers. The main two uses tend to be okay. So it's not that the controller, it's not the existing controller supports it. It's that the network here is small enough to not need one. That is interesting. I thought you required one regardless of the network, but I guess perhaps maybe it like supports up to 8 channels without one, or maybe like 2 or 3. This has 3 things on it, so it's got to at least be 3 that it supports. All right, well, that's interesting. Okay, so I need to make a pattern thingy. Pattern gizmo. So we need 2 formation cores, 2 logic things. Logic, there we go. Logic, that. I'm gonna need silicon. I forgot I actually tossed my silicon in the thing. Silicon. All right. What else did I need? Right. Okay. I need that. That. Oh, I've got a stack there. That. Oh, right. Okay, that, and that. There we go. And I believe that I can grind it up with this. Yes, okay. That. Okay, and I need one of these and one of these. Okay, so this, and this gets us that. This getting us that. Okay, I need more wood. I need more than that. Oop. And iron. Do I have ready-made iron? We do. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look at this thing. Okay, so that is actually quite a large return inventory. And yes, that would simplify things. So it can handle up to 9 patterns and 9 stacks being returned simultaneously. That's pretty generous. Okay. Okay. I forgot I had modified this to have severe piercing. Well, down there. Suppose I don't really need that right now. This, I can probably just toss this into my bag here, honestly. Why do I have 3 of these, though? What were they connected to? Ah, it's never a good sign. I think one of them was connected to here. Yeah. Not sure about the other 2, though. Well, I'll probably figure it out eventually. And, I'll probably hate my life at that point. Okay, toss those in there, toss that in there. Oh, no. Pattern. We need to make blank patterns, which is going to require a fair amount of glowstone. Oh, it gives us 2. That's nice. Uh, that was weird. I have no idea what that sound was. Okay. Okay. Uh, we'll just make one pattern thing for now. Gee, I'm not sure I have copper. I should grab some on here. Should be a good amount. I do actually have some copper already, which is good. Iron, copper, iron, quartz. Okay, and we need a pattern terminal. Provider pattern encoding terminal, which is a crafting terminal with an engineering. I don't know what's going on with my throat here. Well, thankfully I just made one of those. Not there. Okay, so needs to be a crafting terminal, an e terminal. Wait, how many? Okay, so engineering, calculation, and logic. Okay, so need 1 O each. I forgot. Nope, that is not at all what I want it to do. Okay, so alright, while it does that, I can gather materials that I need for other bits. Perfect, okay. Logic. Calculation. Engineering. Okay, and now just throw another one in there for now. My life easier in the long run, probably. Or at least for the next couple seconds, whatever. Alright. So I now have all of that. Right, those things. Okay, ME terminal. I need a crafting table. Oh, I went too far. Crafting terminal. Pattern encoder. Okay, okie dokie. Alright. That onto there. Okay, cool. Let's see. Clear substitutions disabled. Fluid substitutions. That's interesting. Okay, so... Okay. Processing pattern. Smithing templates. Stone cutting patterns. Interesting. Oh, and it can handle more than 9? Ooh, okay. I have to... Let's... Holy crap. Wow, okay, that's quite, that's quite a lot there. Okay, so... So... Alright, so, how should I do this? You know what, we can just throw up a temporary system there. That'll work. So I'm really curious about the inscriber thing. Can this actually be automated like that, like the way it suggests. So if I throw this here, uh, actually, let's throw this. Let's see here. All right, and then where did I put that thing? Put it here. I plop that there, and then kind of cable that up there. Okay, okay, okay. So let's say this and inscriber logic. So if I do that there, results in logic. Oh, can I? Nice. Okay, so that it might automatically kind of do that for me there. Okay, okay. If I throw this recipe, where's the? Okay, there it is. If I throw that there, toss in a gold ingot because I know it's going to need that. And go logic. Next. Missing one inscriber. Well, it's not on the crafting thing. Did it do it? Oh, I see. It didn't start it because it was missing things. Oh, it made it. Okay, 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 okay. And now it needs a way to remove the item from that. Okay. So let's have a look at the thing here. I just realized it shows it here on the subnetwork. That's kind of neat. Okay, so storage bus, import bus. Oh wait, that's a charger. That's not a. Never mind. That is doing something entirely different. Oh, and there goes my headphones. One. Need to switch out to new one. Well, not new ones, but ones of a more fresh charge thing to them. Do I have sound? I do. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Alright, so, the thing here. Nope, nope, that's what I wanted. So it looks like it just shows it on top, so maybe the top one can suck things out. I was thinking maybe the inscriber would push it out or the pattern provider would suck it out, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Products will not be auto export. Auto export. Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. That solves that. Automatic automation can't access slots from specific sites. From any side. Okay, so so what would happen if I just used a regular like item duct thing here? Okay, that's not quite what I meant to do. Okay, so that returned that, but I have more gold. I do have more gold. I just tossed that all in there. That's interesting. What is going on there? Oh well, excuse me. Why? Oh, I have it in my inventory. Why do I have it in my inventory? Oh, right, because I accidentally picked the thing up. That's why I have that in my inventory. Okay, so what happened here? Okay, so it successfully made that. However, it's not sucking that back out. Okay, how do we remove that? It shows that it can be removed from the top there. Wait, you can put it on its side? Huh. That makes sense when you're trying to use vanilla hoppers with that. Since you'd kind of have to be able to in order to get the output. But that's on top. Why no do that? Okay, so how make work? Surely there's got to be a way to make this work, maybe? Mechanism stuff? Will it work with mechanism stuff? Wrong wrench. There's a wrench. That there. That seems to be a no. Hmm. Under configuration options from this. Not crafting. Until redstone pulse is received with redstone signal. Without redstone signal, until primary crafting result is returned. Never. Not sure what this does, but alright. Oh, I see. Okay, okay. That's interesting. Block if target contains anything. Allow same pattern to be pushed. Alright, well, this has been an interesting little experiment, but I don't think this is really going to work out. I think I'm gonna just have to do it the old-fashioned way. I mean, we did see that it kind of does work, but I think the logic presses are just gonna have to remain in the thing. Which means boop, 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 boop. Okay, so give them that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. Where'd that builder at? There it is. Okay. So first thing first, we're gonna actually need 4 of these inscribers total. How are we gonna make that? Okay. Toss that in there. Toss that in there. Actually, I can just toss that in here. No, I don't really need so many cables on my person. Or glow dust. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put the pattern thing here-ish. Um, yep, I'm gonna use item pipes for this because I think that would probably be best. Alright, right. So right. I forgot what I was doing for a second there. I need cobblestone, turn that back on so I don't jump off and fall to my death or something stupid like that. Should be sufficient cobblestone. I need some iron. How many do I need? I need 3 more of these things, so 6 pistons total. need more wood. One, two, three, four, five, six. Copper. I need more iron. Lots more iron. Perfect. Okay. Hmm. Well, actually, what does it take to make more of these? Oh, at least we had a fair amount of them. So, hmm. Problem is that I also need to provide them with power. Well, they actually chain power, don't they? So, as long as I provide power to the end, they should be good, honestly. Okay. So, put that there. Where's my pattern thingamabob? Pattern thingamabobber. There it is. I put that there. Uh, Find maybe chest. Plunk it down there. I need to disconnect that. Okay, an inscriber. I just realized I'm going to need a fifth inscriber, aren't I? Because I have 4 presses. Yeah, 4 presses, so I'm going to need 5 inscribers. Logic. Okay. And now I need a fifth inscriber. Just so that I have the recipe for it, I can just do this. There we go. Okay, so 1, 2. Perfect. Okay. And we can have this here. This here. All connected to here. And that's there. No, actually, you have that there. That pumps out there. Mm-hmm. You'll pull from the backs. And now we're going to need a bunch of filters for this. You know what? Only one of these actually needs to be connected on the bottom. There's absolutely no reason to have the bottom connection there. And if I just shift these all down one. Wait, what? Engineering, calculation, logic. Did I never put it? I guess I never put it in there. Or, no, I picked it up. That's what happened. And actually, based upon that, they don't need cat. Since the thing's going to be in there permanently, they don't need that connection there either. Hmm. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 8 pipe filters. Pipe. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. What was that? Surrounded by redstone. Okay. With any more iron than that? I do not have that. Do not have more iron than that on me, but might be fine. Okay, so 8 of these, that would be 8 times 4, that'd be 32. Uh, 32 plus 4. We need more. Okay. Okay, that should be sufficient to get me all that I need. Indeed it is. Okay. What? I could have swore I could put filters on the ends here. Apparently that is not the case. Oh dear. Okay, so what is that? Add. Okay. I see how this works here. Okay, so I need the destination filter here. Button of some sort. Okay. That should be easy enough to achieve. Just need some glass panels. Do I have a button in here? I do indeed have a button in there. Okay. Okay, so okay, so first one, add applied silicone thing here. Oop. So plop this down here. Throw this here. Can I direction it? No. Can I put a direction here? No. Oh, I see. Okay. It has directionality on the thing itself. So I need to get under it somehow. I know how to do this. Actually, you know what? I believe there's a shrink device. Shrink. Device. Personal shrinking device. I think this might be what I'm looking for. I need an under pearl. Under pearl. Should have some glass. I do have glass. Do not have a button, I don't think. Dangerous thing to just have in my hand. Button, perfect. Okay, so shrinking device. Oh, I am tiny now. Wowee, okay. Oh, I am like a pixel in height. Okay. Look at me go. Okay. Oop. Okay, and then with that now, I should be able to hit that. Down, yes. Perfect. Okay, cool. Okay, add applied silicone. Throw that there. Throw that there. My list. Okay, submit. Okay, and now redstone would go here. Add redstone here. Submit. Wow, I'm just so small I glitch into things. Okay. And now for the top part would be... Oh, there they are. Okay, so add this. Oop. All right, I have to drag it over. Want that there. Submit. Add that. Oh, hello. I don't know what you mean by 2 updates. I'm afraid. That there. That there. Okay, okay. Now that should be that one finished off. Okay, and this should be destination set. Okay, okay. First one should be just cert escorts. Add cert escorts here to here. Submit. Okay, and then the next one would be this one. That one's silicon, isn't it? It is. I screwed up. Can I edit this? I can. Silicon. The silicone. Okay. And now this one would be cert. Cert. Submit. Yep. Okay. And then this one would be this. Add gold. Gold ingots. That goes there. And for the last one, that there. Add diamond submit. Okay. And now I need to figure out how to make all these ones work as well. Add. Can I just do anything? No, it doesn't look like I can. So, all right, well, this is going to be completed stuff. So, applied. So this is going to be like the calculation processor. That there. Submit. Logic processor. That there. Submit. The engineering processor. That there. Submit. Okay, cool. Next one would be add that there, submit, add that one, submit. Well, you know what? Actually, what I can do is I can just yoink, swap those around, put that one up there. Okay, and now I can do silicon there, submit, And then this final one would be right. A little bit of a brain fart. But we're good now. That goes there. That goes there. There. Okay. Now. Okay, and where did I put that pattern? Pattern is there. I should probably undo this shrink here. Interesting. Okay. So now how this should work is it should put all the stuff in this chest, and this chest should sort things out appropriately. Oh, wait, no, I need to modify that pattern a bit. Let me see here. Actually, I'm just kind of realizing I'm probably going to want to move that because I'm going to need... Yeah, no, it's fine for now. I need to light up this space. It's looking a little dark. There we go. Okay. Okay, so... Let's try that again. What? Why can't I put that back there? What? Do I need to put it here? Okay, that's what the issue is. Guild. Actually, I kind of need a few more of these patterns. How do I make them? I'm going to need... Well, that's not what I intended. I have enough glass for that. Okay, well, let's make a few more of these pattern things. Okay, that should be a good amount of that. Gonna need... you know what? Let's try to make like 10 of these things. So that would be... Alright, we get these in groups of 4. I guess we'll just make 8 of them? No, wait, hold it. Get these in groups of 4, and each one needs 2, so... my brain stopped mathing. Okay. We'll just make... I can't even conceive of numbers now. I hate it when that happens. Need more glass, I think. That should be sufficient numbers of glass. Just toss that in there. We'll just make enough for 4 recipes, which is 20 of these. Okay. Okay, 18. So that'll be enough for 16. 16 patterns total. That should be a good number. Oh, what am I missing? Quartz. Okay, I've got quartz. Oop. Probably use a bit more copper. There we go. Okay, that should be sufficient for my plans here. Okay, so need gold ingots. Gold ingot here. Let's try that again. Logic here. Silicon. Okay, silicon input and this thing output. Oh, we need to actually have that there. There it is. That there. I'm just gonna put that there. Shove that there. Insert quartz, go here. And cow. Right there we go. That there. Diamond. Go here. And NG. Go here. Yes. And now I should be able to just kind of do this. This. And this. Perfect. Okay, now to test the system. Now to test the system. What? Oh, right. Because I never connected it. Okay, so... Oop, not what I meant to do. There it is. That. That. Okay. Okay, so... There, not there. Okay, cool. Should be connected now. I don't know why I fly for a few more seconds after I've let go of the button. Okay, so I should be able to just... Oh, actual redstone in here. Okay. Start. Missing diamond. Apparently, do I have diamond in here? I do indeed. Oh, right, because I only have one crafting processor, so... or one crafter. So I'm limited to just one at a time. That's in there. That is in the wrong spot. Why is that in the wrong spot? No, this should be correct, but why is it in the wrong spot? Maybe I need to switch these. Let's try pulling this out and reinserting this. Okay, now it's in the correct spot. That's what happened there. Alright, what's going on here? Crafting that. Oh. Okay, so that was supposed to return there, but it didn't return right. Oh, it looks like it finished. There we go. Okay. Well, that was one that was correct, but why were you wrong? That should be correct. Make one of these. Where did the redstone go? I do have a thing for redstone, right? Yeah, right here. So that's correct, but where's the redstone at? Yeah, they all require redstone dust. So there should be redstone in here. Why? What happens if I put it in there manually? Okay, it went in correctly that time. Where did the redstone go, though? That is... That's annoying. Okay, so... Excuse me? Oh... that's why there wasn't any redstone. It went into the wrong spot again. It hadn't reached the stage of redstone yet. It had just... Okay, that should be there. Pulls that out, pulls that out. And then it goes back into here. Okay. That is wrong. Why it do that? Why it do that? Like, it has a set destination. Why isn't it honoring that? I can't throw it in there for testing. I mean, it is going into the right slot, but it's not going to where it should go. Is this somehow having an effect on it? It really shouldn't be. Well, that's completely wrong entirely. I need to fix that. Uh, oh. Glad I caught that before I tried that. Why are these all up? Oh, right. Okay, no. That makes sense. That is correct. Okay. Okay, that is correct, but why is this thing not doing what it's supposed to be doing? Does iron not do that? Doesn't really say what each one does. And the option is here, so I would assume that it does that. Alright, you know what? Let's set it furthest, 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 and furthest. Okay, and I need more silicon. Ooh. Okay, well that didn't go there this time. Okay, so it's crafting Certus quartz now. Except that I have no idea where the thing went. Oh, right. I pulled it out. Okay, so I need to re-insert. Excuse me. It must be just like sending it over to there because it's not going into this one for some reason. Because this is furthest and not nearest. What is going on with this system? That still didn't work. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Why is it not going into that one? I mean, it's probably going into the pattern provider here. If I grab these two here. If I hit this with a wrench. Toss that into there. Yeah, it's putting it in pattern provider and not into this thing like it's supposed to be doing per the thingy. It's just totally ignoring this. This must need to be gold or something. I believe I have that. There we go. Okay, so what does it take to upgrade this to gold, redstone, and gold? Do I have gold on me? I do indeed. Okay, so what if I upgrade this to gold? It clears out everything. Of course, it clears out everything. Why would it do otherwise? Okay. Okay, so if I take this, add that, the destination, submit, where do you go? Still here, so no, upgrading did not fix that. Okay. Okay. Okay, I need to think about this. I have absolutely no idea how to make this work. So I'm gonna end the stream here while I take the break. Thanks for watching. Hope is. I